Gifted in black, we must begin to tell our young. There's a world waiting for you really low. Ooh, there's a truth you should know. When you're young, gifted in black, your soul's intact. Oh yeah. Oh, how I long to know the truth. There are times when I look back and I am haunted by gifted and black is where it's at. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, ooh. Open your heart to what I mean. In the hope there's a world waiting for you. The ceiling really low. There's a great truth you should know. Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it.
Yo, Izzy, are you kidding?
But I toast with the friends we take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we bored. Then only said the road and me go on with the road. Third form, me say me try a thing. And you know it formed up to be up to a blessings upon me. And that's how I made to give him the door. Free, I made the lies. And Jah knows say me passion ignites it. Got the music get me excited. Coming like a potion. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus, yeah. And gratitude is a must, yeah. Earnings are just for the plus, yeah. And gratitude is a must, yeah. Me see blessings fall by my right hand.
Feeling good, I'm feeling nice, I'm feeling okay. Rise, shoot for the moon and reach in new heights.
Your places, please. Thank you. We would like to begin just now. As with all national efforts as a people, thank you very much. I imagine there are many people who get anthem envy when they hear ours. Because we start with that beautiful prayer, and hopefully if our hearts are there, we will proceed expeditiously and we'll get a lot done. Good morning, everybody. Everybody doing well? Well, if you're not quite there yet, you will get there. Senator the Honorable Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Mr. Omar Sweeney, CDPE, Managing Director, Jamaica Social Investment Fund. Ms. Mona Suho, Senior Manager, Social Development, Jamaica Social Investment Fund. Major Raymond Warren from the Jamaica Defense Force. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Ms. Sophia Ellis from the Ministry of Justice. Ms. Yolande Rowe Fender from the Company's Office of Jamaica. and Ms. Opal White, consultant to this project, and she has become beloved by many for her style, her engaging style. You should make it a point of talking to her in the break. If you want your friends to join into the outcome of this, or you want to check it out later on, or you just want to see why the JSIF is an important organization, not just to be associated with, but to follow and to support, please follow on all socials at JSIF JA, at JSIF JA. They're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course, being an enterprise program, you should be on LinkedIn. If you have a company, you're not on LinkedIn yet, my personal testimony is that's where you do get the leads for business, because people go to LinkedIn to shop around for others who are in their space for business. So have the fun on IG and filter and pose and bear things. But if you want serious talk, make sure you're on LinkedIn, and there are ways of making sure that you work that as well. So that's where you can find all the people that you need to find through JSIF and through the project. Why are we here today? Sometimes the most amazing things are very, very simple in an utterance, but profound in its interpretation. Like Italian mogul Keith Orazzi says very, very seriously, and very often we miss the point, business is a human enterprise first and foremost, driven and determined by people. How often do we, when we're employed, talk about the people that work? No, you're part of the enterprise. You're helping to drive value. Why do we talk about we can't trust them, so why do they need a lunchroom if we are the enterprise owner? No, your employees build the business by their labor. It's a collaborative effort with people. It's just a framework which is driven by fiduciary considerations, meaning how much money and how much value and later capital. So it's about people, which is why we do social things like this, to celebrate each other. And today we're gathered to celebrate a number of entrepreneurs and to honor those who have climbed to the top of each category by dint of determination and focused effort. We haven't heard the names yet, but I'm still going to ask you to give them a little appetizer before the dessert. But just a big round of applause for everybody who's been working hard, who's been diligent, who drop and scratch up their knee and get it wiped off and little Dettol and little thing and go on again, who have thought of quitting but for the advice of somebody else, who has thought to advise somebody else and help them up even in their shortcomings. So one more time, please indulge me for all our entrepreneurs. And of course, that applause would be for our awardees who are all here. We mentioned you last because we know you're the best on the Central. We didn't want to just run by you at the top. We wanted to make sure we saved our greetings for you. You are the people at the center of today's connection. And of course, we must thank our enlightened friends from the media. Nowadays, people don't cover stuff like this. They tell, oh, it's just PR. Like PR is a bad word. It's about relationships, people. It's a number of relationships that give you publicity that sticks. It's not spin. So those who are journalists enough to understand that there's something substantial in this that talks about human progress, bully for you. You understand how people work. You understand how societies work. And thank you for covering something that some do not do because they're a little afraid of goodness. Some of them are dead or some of them get shot before them cover it. So you're not among that number. Thank God. We still have conscientious people in our media and we're happy for it. Let's hear it for those who are here from the media. And now let's get into the meat of the business because it's going to be an extended stay, but it's going to be worth it because it's all about celebrating excellence. And first up, we have Ms. Mona Sue Ho, who is a Senior Manager Social Development at JSIF, and she'll give us the project overview because if you're going to celebrate something, it's good to have a grasp of it. Agreed? Yes.
Senator the Honorable Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Mr. Omar Sweeney, Managing Director of JSIF, otherwise fondly known as my boss, Major Warren, who we worked so closely with in Parade Gardens from the Jamaica Defense Force, Ms. Opal White, the Business Development Consultant, reps from the Company's Office of Jamaica, Sergeant McAlpin, who is the National Police Youth Club Coordinator, but also the chairperson at the Augustown Community Development Committee, hardworking JSIF staff members, Enterprise Development Team, awardees, the media, good morning. I will be giving you a brief overview in the form of a short story called A Tale of Two Cycles. So our beginning started actually in September 2020. And typically, what was happening there is a historical time for us as a country, as we were in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now at JSIF, although Mr. Sweeney is our managing director, and you say, whereas he's the head of the JSIF, he has his hands on the pulse. And typically, when something needs to be done that is not being done, I will hear a phrase like, Mona, what are we going to be doing about? And so I heard, Mona, what are we going to be doing about all these persons in the communities who are in need and certainly suffering greatly from the COVID-19 pandemic? And so we designed and had board approve a project, the Enterprise Development Project, or first cycle, for $20 million in the height of COVID. We targeted 8 communities in 4 parishes. Now I must tell you, as the team was preparing to serve the communities, foremost on our minds was trying to preserve our own lives. And so although we acted brave, deep down we were very scared, because we too had our families and our own health to think about. And so at the beginning, our main purpose was to look at 2 main objectives, which is to build the capacity of the micro-enterprises in 8 communities to create sustainable employment and income generation, and also to support the GOJ's policy to provide support to micro-enterprises to contribute to economic growth. At the time, we had in Jamaica over 400 persons who were applying to the government for support, and over half of our population was impacted in terms of their income and livelihood. And so chapter 1 began, that we call Blast Off. We managed to disburse grants to 126 entrepreneurs, with grants totaling $20 million between September 2020 and March 2021, just 7 months. The package was very, very simple. Provide them with equipment, business development, training and assistance with business registration. We were so encouraged by the results of Cycle 1 that we immediately began preparation for and implemented Cycle 2, which was even bigger and better, seeing 242 entrepreneurs, almost doubling, and more than 100% of the original figure. So we moved from $20 million in Cycle 1 to $50 million in Cycle 2. And we did that work between July 2021 and March 2022. The package was the same as in Cycle 1, but we wanted to add an element that responded to the needs of the community. And so we encourage our entrepreneurs to give back to their community by way of community service and by way of recognizing that they too, despite their limited income, can also share their success with their community members and those in need. So there began chapter 3 that we called Ready for the Road 2022. 2020, 2021 was very difficult for us to be on the street because, of course, we had various restrictions regarding COVID-19. But in 2022, we recognized that we had to go out to see where are our 368 beneficiaries. Are they still in operation? Are they still working? So we had our monitoring visits to document results and to get feedback on successes, challenges, and lessons. But the key thing for us was to find out and to see for ourselves, where were they now, our 368 beneficiaries who we impacted since 2020. Nothing prepared us for chapter 4. Many naysayers would say to us, why are you giving them a grant? They're going to sell it. The fridge will become scrap metal. Are you sure that they will be in operation? And the stories from the field proved them wrong. We went into the communities and what we saw blew us away. The assets were retained. Not only did they have the assets that they originally received, but they bought new equipment. Our friend from Salt Spring, who you saw, you're looking on the screen now and seeing, we gave him 1 refrigerator. He now had 5. We drove past Lorna's shop because we were looking for a structure made of wood and zinc. Lorna's shop was now concrete and tiled. Profits were reinvested. There was an increase in business registration. Businesses had diversified. Bobby from Augustown was now selling, he called organic juices. And he made sure he told us business was so good, Miss Suho, that if you come at 11:30, is the second pot I have on. There were collaborations and there were partnerships. The young lady on the screen from Anchovy became almost a consultant because she was now sharing her knowledge with all the other egg farmers in Anchovy. And her words were, I don't have a hand to sell eggs. And of course, the outstanding stories of community service. For example, Silva, who haven't gotten now a new engine, didn't bother anymore and wasn't focused anymore on Sprat, but was now thinking about Kingfish. We also saw stories of tragedy, but triumph over tragedy. We had persons who suffered significant personal loss, persons who were injured, persons who had their family members taken away from them. But yet they pressed on. So as we reached chapter 5, given what we saw on the field, we felt that we had to share this with the world. And so we opened the application process in February 23. We hit the road. We looked and to verify. And we had some very specific criteria that they must meet. Number 1, they had to be registered or in the process of being registered. Because in our discussions, Opal made it very clear that you had to be compliant with the law. And so we also ensured that the persons who we award today would be registered businesses or in the process of getting their registration. We also wanted to see evidence that they have contributed and built on the assets that they got. And of course, some evidence of giving back to their community. The panel of judges took to the streets. We saw every single entrepreneur in this room that were interviewed face to face in their community. And at this point, I must pause to commend, and if you can stand, Winsome Hudson-Reed, Tony and Fowler, Garnet Tucker, Miss Dawn Allison. When we turned up in Norwood on a Sunday without rice and peas, we smelled rice and peas, and we look at it and say, boy, I wish I was having rice and peas now. But they felt like, Sunday you have to come? Yes, we had to come on a Sunday because we had to ensure that this event happened, and so it has happened. We also want to commend Opal, who joined, because Opal was our independent judge, and she came along and also ensured that the process was transparent and objective. So today we move into chapter 5. Celebration time. We have 11 categories of awards to recognize excellence in various areas of business: community service, employment creation, compliance with regulations, technology adoption, resilience, creativity, and innovation. Next slide. Right. Next slide, please. And so today what you will see is individuals in this room who have a significant passion for work. Next slide, please. They really love what they do, and they are above all overcomers. Next slide, please. As with all good stories, I'm very, very sure that they will have a very happy ending, the end.
And of course, a story has to be told in many forms. Now we're going to tell that story in an entertaining way with a small feature on these very valiant Jamaicans stepping up and doing well. Watch.
The Integrated Community Development Project in its second phase, ICDP2, which is funded by the Government of Jamaica and implemented by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, has as one of its components the Enterprise Development Grant Program. Under this program, hundreds of entrepreneurs have already been helped in a myriad of ways to boost their micro and small businesses. If you ever happen to visit Comfort Hall in Anchovy, St. James, ask for the Chicken Lady to get your supply of organically grown chicken and fresh eggs. Sanji Tomlinson, who is a recipient of the Enterprise Development Grant, operates her chicken farm from atop of this hill in Comfort Hall community.
My name is Sanji Tomlinson, proud egg farmer from Anchovy, Comfort Hall, St. James. K&N Meats and Eggs. We do eggs and we do poultry. At the moment, I sell in the Charles Gardner Market in Montego Bay, and I supply to 2 meat shops and a supermarket in Montego Bay.
Sanji has an innovative way of getting goods to and from her farm atop the hill.
I have a donkey, his name is Jack. I have him roughly around 5 years now. 2 years after starting the business, we decided to get a donkey because it was expensive to pay manpower to take the goods up. And manpower ain't reliable. So we got a donkey. Presently, I have 2 locations. I have a location in Maroon Town, St. James, and the current one we're on in Comfort Hall District. At Comfort Hall, we have 800 layers and 25 white fowls. In Maroon Town, we have 600 layers and with room to expand. I was blessed with 3 black tanks, several feeders, and a defeathering machine for my white fowls. It boosts me a lot because the feeders and one of the tank went straight to the location in Maroon Town, because that was a new location at the moment when I got them. So it was a real help. It is very helpful being as the rain season is up and also we have it for water storage and catchment, and the folk will produce a lot of water. You can get, within a 5-minute rainfall, heavy rain, you can get 2,000 gallons from the cooktop only. We don't have running water in our community, in our district rather.
Sanji hopes to expand her business and says being a beneficiary of the program has propelled her in the right direction for entrepreneurial success.
I want to go in more on the meat side. I want to have some cows and some goats, and bees is on the bucket list, but I'm kind of afraid of bees. Be serious and start the business first, and then the help will come. Because JSIF is the first person, the first entity that input in my business. And it was well received. And it came at a time when it was needed.
Also in St. James, Chantal Spence, a budding photographer and videographer, operates Blush Photography. Chantal says she was able to access more jobs after she was a recipient of a drone through the Enterprise Development Grant Program.
Hi, my name is Chantal Spence. I'm from the community of Saw Spring in Montego Bay. I'm the owner of Blush Photography and Media. Blush Photography and Media is a company that provides photography, videography, and graphics design services to Jamaica all over, sometimes out of the States if possible. We have been in business for over 4 years, and we recently got the drone from JSIF that was able to expand our business so that we can do mostly real estate and aerial coverage.
Chantal is now looking forward to do even more work outside of St. James and even outside of the island.
With this drone, I'm able to collect footages from different parts of the island that normal drones cannot go. Before we got the drone, we were doing just minor work, mostly inland, not near the poles or the airports. We just did basic work because there's not much places we could have gone with the first drone. But with this drone, we can go anywhere, beside a pole, behind a pole, anywhere, by the airports. We can do anything, anywhere, anytime. It has boosted the business a whole lot because, like I said, I don't think no one in Montego Bay has this drone and can cover where we can go. Because mostly, for example, out by Tropical Bliss, a lot of music videos has been done by that location, and they have to be putting the drones on stick to get some footage because no drone can fly that air because of the airport. We can just go stand right by the airport, fly the drone, and get the footage. So business has been good. I'd say to somebody that time is hard right now. JSIF is in our community, assisting the community, boosting not only businesses within the community, but also helping individuals to get work. But with the ICDP2, I was in the first batch of persons that received the grant. So I would recommend anyone within the community that has a business and need help to just sign up, go through the different processes, take the classes. JSIF is here to help, so just take the help and be better with your business.
Over in Treadlight, Clarendon, Terrence Anderson has made good use of his love of farming. Terrence farms sweet potatoes, peppers, and much more on a plot of land in the community. Terrence said the weed whacker and mist machine he received through the Enterprise Development Grant has aided in a great way to improve his business.
Here on Treadlight Farms, we are basically a small mixed agriculture farm. We specialize in ground provision, poultry, and ground provision is inclusive of sweet potato, carrot, pumpkin. Certainly we do specialize in Scotch bonnet pepper and sweet pepper. We also ensure that we have a diversified crop base, so we do a bit of callaloo as well, pop choy, and for the Jamaican lovers in the Christmas time, we do sorrel. Treadlight Farm currently is situated on 3.5 acres of land, with 90% of that in full production. At Treadlight Farms, we receive critically tanks and drip irrigation systems. We do not have agriculture water supplies here. We have a local pond on our farm that we rehabilitated, and it stores water really, and that is our main water source that transfers water from one acre to the next. So the tank system is used to hold those water at various points, and the drip system allows us to utilize that water efficiently in irrigating the crops. JSIF Entrepreneurial Grant also allowed us to purchase a weed whacker, and that would have allowed, as you can see even in the fields, us to efficiently keep the weeds down, and it's done at less manpower and less cost to the farm. We also receive a mist blower. If you're planting 3 acres plus, then as a farmer you'll know the challenges in just having a backpack sprayer. So the mist sprayer is automatic and automated, and so it allows you to complete a 1-hour task in 20 minutes. JSIF also provided, I think we got a barrow as well, in addition, as that enables us again to move some of the manure all around the farm efficiently.
Terrance has branched out into poultry production, and Treadlight Farms is a regular stop for higglers who look for a good price for produce to sell in local markets.
We have the community as one of our main consumer base. Certainly we would have engaged in the regularized market spaces, several higglers and peddlers. So on Wednesdays they normally visit here on the farm, and based on what we have that is ready for harvest, they will do purchasing of those. We basically sell at farm gate prices. On Saturdays we also provide a platform for sale, and that is done right at the front of the farm across from the Treadlight Primary School. JSIF would have been making several interventions within the community of Treadlight, and when we saw the entrepreneurial grant that came out, it was really a blessing in disguise, because it allowed us as individuals to really partner through the Community Development Committee to really take on that application. So with that entrepreneurial grant, certainly it allowed us to expand an additional 30%. So that's 30% more revenues being brought in. And with that, it would have allowed us to utilize that 30% to cover our expenditure, and the remaining profits expanding and continuing in a sustainable manner the production that is being done on the farm. Currently, we have, I'll say, 5 to 7 part-time workers, depending on what era of production is being done as a result of the expansion that the grant facility provided.
Internet access is a constant need for members of some communities, and Patrick Brown saw this need when he opened the doors to his internet cafe in Greenwich, St. Andrew. With a few old shabby screens and keyboards, he started the business.
Well, I'm Patrick Brown from Greenwich Town, and I operate the internet cafe in Greenwich Town, Rocky's Internet Cafe and Gaming. The business offers a lot, you know. We do printing, we do gaming, we do homework, we sell stationaries, headphones, you name it, chargers, etc.
He was, however, able to expand to gaming and other internet services after he accessed 4 brand new flat screen monitors through the grant.
I've got the monitors, keyboard set along with mouse and a camera system, surveillance camera system. Well, the old monitors wasn't showing properly. These are clean and perfect. I love them, yeah. These one, the kids more gravitate to it because they mostly come to watch their videos and play their games. So they enjoy the view more. For the business, I like to open another internet cafe in another community to improve the kids.
In the heart of any entrepreneur is a spirit of resilience, and Shane Parthner knows a lot about this, moving from working as an apprentice to a family member in his barbershop to owning his own in Denham Town, Kingston.
My name is Shane Parthner. I'm from 3rd Regent Street, Denham Town. The name of the barbershop is Better Faith Barbershop. I've got a towel warmer, got this wonderful chair. I got a couple of chairs. I couldn't really afford a chair to the level of the crime rate in the community, and nobody really trim from afford the chair because the chair is really dear, price is high. So JSIF come in and get the grant, and from there some real benefit, and the customer them like the chair. Before barber did a bicycle, I try. I try to fix bicycle. I look a lot of work. I do a lot of things. I try a lot of things before barber, and then my cousin at the shop before me. So I come in and them, they are watching me. I watch look at tape and look at thing. Yeah, but still I forced to buy this thing, see me back and buy the shop over there. So I still go in and come out, in and out. So that time Christmas come now, my cousin catch chicken pops. So I say I've got to try help myself. I've got just trim. So me start trim, I trim the ear, I can't line it up, come with a razor. So I start trim. I say, you go on. Trim, I made other youth in the shop line them. People get tired, I cut all people, come and start forcing, start lining them up and people get all cut. People here and start cutting on Christmas, everybody want to cut style, I can't put in style. You see, and from there on, I just follow it up. Follow up, go art and get certified. From there then.
Shane says violence in his community has often left him with few customers, but this does not deter him as he carries on, grateful for the difference that has been made through the grant.
Based on the crime, the level of the crime rate in the community, right, so it's a kind of cheeky spot, is in. So people afraid for coming, if I understand people life more important than to get a haircut. So that I'm lose revenue, even right now, big. As I said, the crime, if the one crime and them the killing and because start live as one, loving and peaceful, go forward. Even the barber shop, they gotta take off. Because with party I keep every night. People are come line up like every second. Eyebrow not do, this a shave, that a shave, say I understand. You can't broke. If me say the program, no benefit. Everybody, anybody at all, we call it the program. If them really say the program, them are wicked. I swear, the program I'm big. I one of the first somebody get through the program, you know. I tell you, the program wonderful thing that do for a lot of people in the community. Some of the people, I don't know if them take the program for a joke thing, but the program really helpful. If they do like me, then try to keep up with the standard. Because I mean, clean on my chair, you know. But the program, no, it's 100%. That's about 500.
You know when you're watching a movie and then you say, "You done?" You just get greedy, right? Yeah, time just speeds. You don't have a time to get bored. It's amazing. So all the parents who probably still have a little reservation about making sure that your kids are exploring the right things on the tablet, don't. They might not read the books, but video is engaging. and we're talking about our culture, we talk with shoulder, we talk with mouth, we talk with precious. Let's have it for all our special entrepreneurs again. Is what in advertising we call truth well told. It should not only be entertaining, but it should be laced with facts, and that's what we had there, but really getting us involved. Amazing stuff. Don't mess with our storytelling skills as Jamaican people. We do it every day, and that's beautiful. All of this, as you know, has to be guided. The value is produced at the point of contact, but things don't get on track and stay on track without a bold, sustained, sometimes very quiet, but very powerful leadership. And so let's hear an eagle-eyes view, the engineer who don't miss nothing, Mr. Omar Sweeney, Managing Director of Jamaica Social Investment Fund.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Chairman, Master of Ceremonies. I don't know what you say after that video, though. I may have to just throw this out. But I'll try. Senator, the Honorable Orbin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, to Ms. Mona Suho, my super hard-working senior manager. She says I'm the boss, but this is how our phone calls go. Yes, Mona. Yes, Mona. Okay, Mona. And the team, the hard-working team. I have to big up the JSIF team, please, yeah? I can't call all the names, and some of the community people, I don't even know again if they're JSIF or not JSIF, because everybody is working like that. I want to recognize Major Raymond Warren from the JDF, and Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps is on his way, I understand, and we have to recognize the Joint Force Command, because they have been supporting us as well in the 8 communities on the ground with us, not in an enforcement way, but as partners on the ground, keeping it together. So I recognize them. I want to recognize our business facilitator, Opal White, who has done a lot of work as well in the communities. To you, the entrepreneurs that are here this morning, the awardees, we saw some of you on the screen, many of you are here. And there are so many dignitaries to me in the room today, because we're here at the AC Marriott, but I know and we know how powerful you are in your community spaces. And so you're here today, and I'm just so pleased to be here to be a part of this celebration of us. And as I recognize the media for being here, I said it when I walked in the room, this morning the media is in the right place, right? The stories that we see, I don't know how many Jamaicans know it, I just don't know. And we see so many bad news when we watch TV nowadays and things happening. These are the kind of stories that we need to get out and encourage people and be that sort of way. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it really is my pleasure to be here this morning. And I wanted to take the time out especially to recognize the minister for being here, because we see and we keep track of the minister all over the world, talking to big business people and just big things. But he never misses the opportunity to be here at the grassroots where small business happens, micro enterprises. And so I want to thank him for coming this morning and spending the time with us this morning and really sending that message that every single business matters, every single entrepreneur matters, what you do. When we talk about the grants, and we say small grants and this sort of thing, we know that, and we have seen from even the videos here, that the persons that are running these enterprises, you know, they're articulate, they're business people, they're ready to do business, and we're happy to be a part of the support. The grants not only support the provision of equipment, the grants provide customer service training, market training, financial management training, legal training, business records. These are all the things that sustain your businesses. And when you look at the numbers, and we are today in the room, we have cycle 1 and cycle 2 of the program. Mona gave the overview. But what's powerful to me is that in the 8 communities, we have supported on average 45 micro-enterprises per community, right? If you think of these communities and how many businesses are operating, you can see that we have covered a critical mass of businesses, that not everyone and not every business will make it the first time they apply, but you represent the demonstration effect. You represent what a person has to do to get the support, right? Someone looking on at that barbershop, you know, if there are 5 barbershops in the communities, if there's 100 barbershops in Jamaica, someone can now see the template and how they can get to that support. And so we're happy that yes, in 8 communities, yes, in future targeted communities of JSIF, we will continue to do this business of supporting livelihoods. So we're here this morning. I see many awards on the table. I don't think my name is on any of them, but I'll be happy to give them all out. But you know, I want to say that it's more than just being in business why you're here this morning. You're here because you have taken your business approach to another level. Business is about profit. Nobody's in business not to make profit. We don't have to be mysterious about it. But there are other aspects of business. There's giving back, there's coaching, there's supporting others, there's creating employment. There are other aspects of business that makes our lives greater, makes community lives greater. And so it is that aspect of business that you have brought to the table that we will recognize this morning. And so I want to congratulate you for taking that approach. I want to congratulate you for being the person that can make a difference in your community. Finally, in closing, I want to share just a small antidote. And it's from a personal experience. And I met a millionaire, a billionaire, I don't know what he was, but he had a lot of money. And a young man at the time, myself, I asked him, what is it that drove you to having such a big business, having so much money and all of these kind of things? I said, you know, is it that you love money? Is it that you like nice cars? He said to me, I like to employ people. He says, every business idea I come up with, I think about how many people can I employ. The rest of it took care of itself. That's an enlightened interest in approaching business. Many of you here have it. I encourage it. I implore you to share it with others. Congratulations on everything you've done. And we at JSIF certainly look forward to sharing in your success. Thank you.
And yes, we're going to have a little bit more accounting of the process, because we've got 2 very special individuals here with us today. Well, many very special individuals, but 2 of them are going to give their own live testimonials, and that's another way of telling the story that complements the videos. Mr. Junior Johnson and Ms. Diane Dragon. Yes? All right. Ms. Diane? Not here? Not now? Oh, okay, great, awesome. Encourage them as they come up and tell their stories, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Diane Dragon Sinit. I do the business Dragon, Eggs and Poultry. And I'm here to tell you that JSIF have helped my business by providing equipment that helps to expand and store capacity of my business, as well as making production operating quicker. I just want to say thank you, JSIF, for what you have done for my business, and I'm really, really grateful, and I thank you all.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all the distinguished guests, to my boss, Ms. CEO, to all the JSIF crew, posse, family, good morning to you. I was watching the video and I heard the young man was given a term. And my own term is JSIF is the best thing since sliced bread. Best thing. My name is Junior Johnson and I'm from the Denham Town community. My business name is J.J. Johnson Car Wash and Cleaning Service. JSIF have helped me in the way I have a buffing machine, I have a vacuum, and I have a power machine. It have been easier, because normally when I wash in the car, I have to be dusting out with the hands, and I just plug in the power wash now and vacuum the car, wash the car. My aim is now to find somewhere outside where I can employ 2 persons, 3 persons, and keep the business growing and growing and growing. And for me, I would not get JSIF 500%. No, that's too little job. I give them 10,000%. And trust me, JSIF team is awesome, awesome, awesome. Sometimes you get some calls some various hours in the night, but awesome. And as I said to a JSIF person, that we have to take the time now that we are alive to make persons know that you appreciate them. You can't wait till them lying into a casket and they're not hearing you. And I want to take the time to tell every JSIF member that I appreciate you very much. Keep up the good work that you're doing.
The classic way of making sure you connect. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you just told them. At least 3 times. And now we should be getting a grasp of what it is that makes today so important. And that should be so important to every single one of us. Mr. Sweeney is absolutely correct. There's got to be a serious fiduciary consideration at the beginning. Is money. But money serves people. And therefore one will propel the other. People create value. And value yields money, which takes care of people. And therefore it has to be both. It has to be structured, managed, and serve people. And this is why some of us get weak at the knees about community work, because that's where everything really, really happens, you know. And the first community is the mother, child, and whoever else is there, the father, the cousins, whoever, that hold the values and everything, which then drives how you behave. Speaking of which, the parallel to that in business, we call them parents. In business, we call them policymakers. Those who see far ahead. So when you get a little slap to don't touch, wait until we say the grace before you have dinner. When we enforce all those things, it's because we have a framework with which we want our children to develop. So too, there are individuals who have had the experience locally and globally and see with a world-eyes view what will make sense all the way from the grassroots to the world. Among those servants of the people are our Honorable Minister, because Industry, investment, and commerce has got to be a crucial part of who we are to make sure that we are sustainable as a country. And it must have progressive, targeted policies that are effected through the ministry, the agencies, and then the people, all part of it. But then, so to stretch the parallel, if the person who is having the overall view is the driver, then the central control would be the minister. So let's hear words from Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator the Honorable Aubin Hill. Mr. Minister.
Mr. Jerry McDaniel, Master of Ceremonies, and at this stage I'm going to ask you to excuse the little frog in my throat. Cadian is the one who handles my diary, and she sends me on 3-4 speeches a day and travel overseas and all these things. So I'm just letting you know my throat has a thing, but you know, you need to know Cadian. All right. Mr. Homer Sweeney, who is the Managing Director of Jamaica Social Investment Fund. Mr. Sweeney has been known to me for a long time, somebody who I admire. And it is, I think, my second time to be here. And every time I get an invitation, doesn't matter where I am, it gets on my calendar. Miss Mona Suho, who sounds like she really lives this thing. She's out there in the community, knows everybody, knows all the people who need the grants and help them when things sometimes don't go as quickly as they should. And when they're going well, maybe find some more money to give them. Major Warren from the JDF, and there are people from the JSIF who are here or coming, but they together make sure we have security in our lives. We thank them for it. Miss Opal White, who I know very well, many years in government, but now she went to the private sector. The money thing, you know. So, media practitioners, always good to see you. And of course, the very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, most of you are young and wonderful. It's great to see you. Good to be here. I'm pleased as Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Jamaica's business ministry. We've added that tagline, and that's what we do. We do business for the country of Jamaica. I'm here to celebrate with the Jamaica Social Investment Fund and the 20 beneficiaries of the Enterprise Development Grant Project who are being recognized for outstanding performances on the project. We saw them here. Listen to me, I sat there and I just said, look at how many communities JSIF is touching. Look at how many young people who are in here who are learning to do business. Look at the lady with the drone. Me said the lady just take on her drone and said me can do anything from the airport. I don't even have to go in there. They can keep their rules. I'll fix that. JSIF has built a solid foundation and reputation for timely and very useful interventions in the communities across the country. JSIF continues to do outstanding work in leading the government projects which are community-based and which have strong socio-economic focus. I'm going to stop there because when this go on television, it is so well produced that them going to say it's private sector. People don't understand the kind of work that government agencies do. JSIF, the gentleman said, I go to heart. When I couldn't handle the thing, I go to heart and learn how to trim here. Or whatever else heart teaches you to do, any number of 40 or 50 jobs. Again, government. You go to JBDC, you get information. You go to Exim Bank, you get money. All government. The Development Bank of Jamaica, all government. So people in Jamaica tend to cuss government, and since me come from the private sector over 35 years, me don't have no apology to anyone. Only must praise government. Government does good work from time to time, and JSIF is a real example of that. Dr. Sweeney, his team, they've done a tremendous job to get people where they are. Do you understand the kind of ordinary people that JSIF helps? Do you know the communities they go to? You probably don't know. I was the chairman of National Water Commission. I go all over the place in Jamaica. All of some of the places that you won't go, me go. So I know what JSIF does and has done. For almost 30 years, through honesty, transparency, and accountability, JSIF has traveled Jamaica, again, going up to urban townships, inner city and rural communities. Here the man come from Denham Town, Mr. JJ, want to expand his business, bringing hope and a positive vision to the residents. You really have to stop and realize, and those of you who are in the program know that when JSIF and Ms. Opal White, who is their consultant, and others come in, the vision and the hope that they give you, it's not just the money. Yes, the money is important. They need seed capital. Sometimes they need more to expand their business. But people who they would normally think from the outside, who would not talk to them, come to their place, sit down, talk to them, have a cup of tea or Sprite or whatever you have. And they're Jamaicans like us. I have a different job from them, but when I go there, I'm Jamaican. Always Jamaican. So I have a different job. It's not better than the one they have or the one that we're trying to create for them. And I think the testimonials tell you how much they appreciate it. Give these people a round of applause. All of you here. I also commend Engineer Omar Sweeney. Incidentally, you hear the initials behind him name, so I don't know what it means. PE, a big engineer that you know. I just come back from Guyana where I led one of those trade missions Mr. Sweeney mentioned. And we had 8 contractors, building contractors with us when we took the 73 people, and 11 ICT contractors. And Guyana was looking for a PE. When the man turned up and said, "Him have a PE," the man stopped him and said, "What is it?" I'm being told the story, of course, I wasn't in the meeting. He said, "What is it?" And the man opened the book and gave him every kind of something that he wants, because he needs a PE to do what he has to do as he builds out Guyana. So, Mr. Sweeney has one of them things. Okay. And of course, he brings to the leadership of JSIF a great level of professionalism, direction, and transparency that he uses in his management approach. Many people admire that, not just us in Jamaica, I know others from overseas do too. I extend my appreciation to Mr. Sweeney and the JSIF team, along with all your partners, for your great service to Jamaica, for Jamaicans on behalf of the government of Jamaica. Government of Jamaica Supply. JDF is here, compliments of the government of Jamaica too. Well, there's a word in there that says partners. I want to stop for a little bit and say, look guys, as you start your business, I want to tell you a little bit about the grape and the melon. I don't think you'll forget it when I finish. Many Jamaicans have the attitude that I must own the whole grape. The grape is this big, you know. Okay. Opal and me come from St. Elizabeth. We grow big melons down there. So what I have been telling the big business partners, them who travel with me around the Caribbean and later around the world for the trade mission, these are big guys, man, whole money, engineers, all that. I said, don't worry, and I'm telling you in here, as you start your career and your business, don't worry about trying to hold on to the whole of the grape. Go find a big melon and make sure you get a sharp knife and cut out a big slice. What does that mean in real life? The Jamaica Stock Exchange is a very good place to have partners. I contend, and I'm a capitalist, I'm just not going to apologize. I can't run banks around the world for years and go and tell you something else other than capitalist. You're not going to believe it anyway. So, one of the finest invention of Western capitalism is the limited liability company. The limited liability company allows Opal, with her managerial skills, Major, Warren with his technical and maybe engineering too, I don't know what else he might do, but there are other things there. Miss Sue Hope, who can run anything, and everybody believe her, so you need that in your company. Mr. Sweeney, clearly who runs things, although all he says is yes hope and no hope. There's no to hope. There's only yes hope. Okay hope. So, Miss Ho, sorry, right? Okay, good. So there's yes, 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 and yes to Miss Ho. When you put a group of people like that together, sometimes you have youth, sometimes you have more maturity, sometimes you have engineers, sometimes. So right now, as you begin to build your business, think about the time when you're going to offer shares to maybe family members, friends, choose carefully, get advice. But remember, the partnership thing allows you, when you need more money and you need $2 million, you don't have to go in your pocket and find the $2 million. You split it up around five partners and the banks. Because once the 5 partners put in about 300,000, the bank will give you the rest of the money. Think of partnership in that way. I extend today's award really is something that I'm very pleased of. The Andrew Holness administration. We didn't create all of this. JSIF was there, but boy, we have come in and made sure we carry it on. We are in politics. You're a baton carrier. You baton pass to you, carry it, but sometimes you can't drop it, which I hardly drop any of them. So there we are. Today's awardees have been selected from among 368 beneficiaries of Integrated Community Development Project, Enterprise Development Grant Project Cycle 1, 2, my hell, who write this into my speech anyway, may say it. Total project, now this one I can understand. Total project costs of over 70 million have made a difference in the lives of thousands of individuals since July 20. It's not even July 2000, no. It's July 2020 we're talking about. So it's a whole heap of money spent out there in communities that, frankly, the bank that I run, the bank that I run and the banks that our others run can't find them place here in the community. Thank God for JSIF. Because when JSIF issues a grant you don't have to pay back, bank loan you have to pay back, and the interest rate will go up. It is only the beneficiaries themselves. It's not only the beneficiaries themselves that benefit. Other micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises also benefit. Schools, churches benefit. Lives are touched and people empowered. Ultimately, our country's economy grows. We should never underestimate the power of the MSME in Jamaica. Never. Let me tell you what it means. At the end of October 2021, there were 425,000 MSMEs operating in Jamaica. That's a lot of companies. This means that participants of this program are contributing towards Jamaica's economic growth, and all productive MSMEs are in the process of doing that. MSMEs generate opportunities for entrepreneurs, employment for expanding the private sector. Very, very critical. These community businesses are not on King Street or in New Kingston. They're in places where many of those businesses don't even know exist in Jamaica. And so they do a great job, and JSIF goes across. I mean, I believe, Mr. Sweeney, that you probably have some of the best data on Jamaica anywhere in the country, because you really have gone everywhere and put in money, and you know what it is. We're aware of the challenges that MSMEs face, and because of this awareness, opportunities such as these afforded through JSIF are created by the government to help improve the quality of life of all citizens across the socio-economic spectrum. So anytime them talk to me and say, this government is only for the big man, bring out JBDC, JSIF, Exim Bank, all them people there who give money, Jampro as well. What you mean is only for big man? But we have to do more. We must not become complacent. So Ms. Ho is going to call you for some more money tomorrow morning. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Jamaica's business ministry, and our over 20 agencies help support MSMEs. We have 20 agencies, Jambro, you have BSJ, we have JBDC, all kinds of agencies, JANAC that does accreditation. And you must learn what these things are, because they will help you. They're there to help you and give you help. You don't have to go beat up your head or go to some expensive consultant. Many times the government agencies can help you, so use them. Through the MSME division and agencies such as the Jamaica Business Development Corporation and Exim Bank, we're equipping you to take more control of your lives. You don't want people to control you. As much as possible, we're giving you independence. I want you to consider that with these businesses, you're creating an economic foundation for your families. This is just the start. I want you to have visions of how you can grow your operations and continue to help Jamaica's economy. I told you already, I'm a capitalist. I want you guys to make profits and become rich. Anybody ask you why you're doing that, say, Albin didn't tell you to do it. Go there, and anytime you need help, any one of my 20 agencies can help you to do your business well. We are going to help you. Because I'm going to tell you a little bit more in a bit. But I want to tell you about two speeches I made yesterday, which is part of the throat that Kadian gave me. Ben Lar March, they had a launch yesterday at Jam Pro. You probably don't know who Ben Lar is. Ben Lar is a company started by a granddaughter and a grandfather. The grandfather's name was Clarence, and so they have, you should see the branding that they're making. They're launching in London next month. I was blown away. This young woman must be 26 or 27, maybe 28. Young, and she and her team, them with the things that they create, with a lot of help from Jampro and other government agencies. Them get whole heap of help. She need a whole heap of money. She went out and got some for herself. But I talked to her and her team and encouraged them, because they're talking about something that I want to talk about all the time, exports. Then I go, before that, I went to speak to, 200 people from UTEC who are doing marketing. Young people looking to help MSMEs. There's a lot of help out there coming at you. Make sure you use it and make sure you get benefits from it. You're playing a part now, and with a clear path, you can do incredible things. I've seen what you've done up there. I like that lady with the eggs, man, and the donkey and the stuff, because that's where many people start. And I'm going to say this, but it's true. When you're starting at a woman in a community like that, you don't have many assets. That she can even get a donkey to help her isn't amazing. So, but you see, she's indomitable. She has a spirit that I tell you now, watch her 2 years from now. Simone Audi will not be able to match hers. So I wish her well, of course. I have been championing the need for Jamaica to grow exports exponentially. increase investment, and train and certify more people. That call includes you. If I were to ask you to put up your hands now, to say how many of you have considered export, there might be a few, if I'm lucky. All right, what's the one hand go around the back there? See another one over there, sir. No, all of you should be considering exports. Whatever you make, even if you make coffin, find a way to export them, because I tell people, if you invite me to make a speech at a funeral, I am going to find a way to talk about export. So if you don't want to hear about export, nobody invite me to your funeral. Okay, so, but why must we export? And I want you guys, because you are the guys who are underground. So my lady friend here, so you lady there, behind, I want you to listen to what I'm going to tell you now, because it's one big. We have only 3 million people. Not 1.3 billion like China or 1.4 billion like India. Not even 330 million or 350 million like the US. 3 million. Or per capita GDP. That means if you divide up all the money that the government, that the country made among every Jamaican, they would get about 4,600, a little bit under that. When you look at the list of the CARICOM countries and people in the region, Puerto Rico is at 31, Trinidad is at 15, Barbados 17, all Little St. Kitts and Nevis way above us. We are down the bottom, near the bottom. So 3 million, small GDP. So last year we had our 60th anniversary celebration for independence. So I asked my research team, show me the trade figures from 1960, before we got independence. And of course, in 22, they wouldn't have 22 figures yet, so they gave me 61 years. Mr. Sweeney, in those 61 years, there was 1 year that we had a positive trade figure. That means we exported more than we imported. And that year was far away, like Star Wars in 1966. Yeah, get that into your brain. So let me tell you what 2021 looks like. 2021, we imported 5.975 billion US dollars worth of goods and services, all the fridge and the cars and we import, and services. And we exported only 1.441 billion US dollars. The difference, the trade, the negative trade balance is 4,500 million and 534 million, 4.534 billion US dollars. That's our negative trade balance. And going on for 40, 50, 60 years. So let me tell you this, and when I said this the first time, some of my political friends didn't like it, but I'm going to say it a lot till we change it. We will never become a rich country selling to only 3 million people with a per capita GDP of 4,600, just under that. So since we can't invade no country, the only place we're going to invade is the sea, because we're an island, we're going to have to expand our markets by exporting. So every one of you in here, I don't care what you make, say, come back to JSIF, come back to JAMPRO, come back to JBDC. Are you on JBDC board yet, ma'am? Yeah, you'll be on the board. She's going to be on the board. I'm telling you that now. So you come back to JBDC and say, how do you help me export? JAMPRO can help you. JBDC, don't do it by yourself. The trade board will help you, another agency in my ministry. So we're there to make sure it works for you. We have to export more. We have to make sure that we do that. And that's why I take people to Ghana. Ghana has 11 billion barrels of declared oil. The country is going to be rich till you're tired. There's 780,000 people live there now. You know how the size of the land? 83,000 square miles. All of we did go to school. You know how much square mile Jamaica is, huh? You know, it says a little bit. So Guyana is like one half of a continent. So I go there. Market is going to grow. They're going to import a lot of engineers and teachers and doctors, all of them who can buy stuff. So Jamaica must focus on exporting to Guyana. Rep, the same thing. Trinidad. I'm going to the United States. I'm looking even to go to ECOWAS, the Sierra Leone and those countries in West Africa. So I look at your awards. There are 11 categories. Number 7 is job employment. Today is Holy Thursday. Tomorrow is Good Friday. The perfect number in the Bible is 7. Is what you must do. Job, create more jobs. Get more money from JSIF. See, Dr. I'll even give him a doctorate. Dr. Omar Sweeney. So you're going to give him doctorate and get more money. Okay. Get capital from JSIF, but also you can get capital from your family, from banks, from building societies. So we want to make sure that the way you look at Maxwell Park's Children Home underscore why this project funded by the government of Jamaica brings value to our people. We know where it is. The Andrew Holness administration is pleased with the results. Now, many of the other political guys, me not run for nothing, okay? Just get that right. But there is no reason why I sit in cabinet. I know what we do. We do a lot of work to make sure Jamaica works well, and we haven't been doing too badly. But we don't talk about it enough, so me not have no shame. So having talked about it, I salute you and the communities which you hail from, Denham Town, August Town and Greenwich Town and Kingston and St. Andrew, Treadlight in Clarendon and Mount Salem Anchovy, Salt Spring and Norwood, all of them I know, in St. James. I applaud you for applying training that has been imparted to you, for utilizing the equipment well, and for giving back to your communities the drone, the scrubber to wash, the thing that the gentleman uses to print. You know, I think it was the drone operator. The drone operator said, go take the help and use it. She didn't translate it into English. She said, take the help. So when JSIF is offering you this kind of help, take the help. Jamaica Business Ministry is committed to helping you grow your micro businesses and to encourage you to make use of every worthwhile opportunity that you are given. And please, 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 make sure you make plenty and clean profits. Play by the rules, guys, because if you break the rules, don't worry. The guys are going to find you. We have a long breath. They will find you. So play by the rules. Don't break the rules, but make a lot of money and employ a lot of people and give back as much as you can, as often as you can. Thank you and God bless you.
A lot to chew on, but that's the beauty and economy of our language. Hashtag today, take the help and use it. Maybe we should make that hashtag trend, shouldn't we? Just all over, just hashtag it and JSIF, at JSIF JA, hashtag take the help and use it. Just hashtag and shove it out. When people ask you about it and then you tell them your story. And then they will understand more about what we can do and are doing for ourselves through governance, through collaboration, through cooperation, and through the industry and vibrancy of the Jamaican people, one away and together. You know, it's kind of lazy but easy to only say what doesn't work. We need to balance it. Of course we need to report on all the stuff that's not going well, but there's so much potential that this demonstrates that really and truly maybe some of us who are not doing that well are not exploiting the opportunities. You know, these our friends here who we're honoring today are not here by favor. They're here by their own efforts, with some help. And everybody need a little help. So the hashtag is? Same so. Okay, let's get to why we're here. And we're going to be honoring tangibly with awards and plaudits and so on several of our friends who have taken the help and not just used it, but managed to sprinkle some of their own magic on it and multiply it. And we're happy that you're here today. In our first category, we call forward our training manager, Mrs. Winsome Hudson-Reed, to hand out the the certificates of achievement to 9 individuals here. We ask you just to hold the applause to the end of the category. But of course, when you do, make sure them feel really, really good. Certificates of achievement. We have the certificates to hand. Yes, no, maybe so? Or is it a handshake? Okay, they're right there, are they? Yes, we're going to toast them. Okay, I just Papa White Man move a while ago. No rhythm. Oh dear, my. I have to get the right one patented, sir, right? Okay, so here we are to congratulate our friends. In this category, a certificate of achievement. First, we welcome from Denham Town, Erica Swaby. Certificate of achievement. Her business, Erica S. Enterprise, from one of the historic and powerful communities in our country. And if you don't know what I mean, just go Google Denham Town, that's where you'll find. No matter with the news feed, do the historic feed, and you will get the real Denham Town. Do the culture, do the music, do the outstanding Jamaicans, and it might all mad you. Yes, let me get out of the way. All right, a toast to Erica. Now, Carrion Lee is also from Denham Town. Certificate of achievement for a business, C&A Auto Care. Another toast to Denham Town, specifically to C&A Auto Care and the entrepreneur behind it, Carrion Lee. Now we move to Greenwich, and certificate of achievement to Kathleen Angela Shaw Gonzalez for the business Casaleña. She's from a very dynamic part of Greenwich Town, the fishing beach. So she's one of our fisher folk, and boy, I tell you, that's great stuff. Great stuff. All right. Still in Greenwich, moving wider in the town, we have a one for the business called Coach Grocery and Catering, and behind that is a powerhouse called Elfreda Lawrence. She's on her way. celebrating the abilities, the wonderful abilities of Elfreda Lawrence. She's an inspiration, isn't she? Yes? Augustown is where we stop next, the historic Augustown. And the business is S&J Concrete Pottery Design, powered and grown by Stephanie Jackson. Yes, the powerhouse herself. Moving to Anchovy, and here we honor Imogene Barr. Imogene Higgins is the woman behind this story. Let's welcome her. All right, now we're up in Mount Salem, and here we are saying the dream is creating its reality. Dreams Creation is the name of the enterprise, and Patrice Spence Niche, her dream, is now visible and colorful. Still in the West, this time at Norwood, the enterprise is Peterkin's Creations, and Errol Peterkin will take a nod and get his certificate for his great work. And finally in this category, the ninth, also from Norwood, this time the name of the business, set it down, Akiri's Design, A-K-I-R-Y'(S) Design, powered by Sakira Blair. Our next category is one that's very important. The differentiator is what makes it viable, right, Opal? Yes, man. So we have to say yes to creativity and innovation. This is the creativity and innovation category. And we start with Anchovy, and the business is Dragon's Eggs and Poultry. You heard from her earlier on. Here she is again. Diane Dragon Smith from Anchovy. Who's going to continue our awards here in the category for creativity and innovation. Now we move to Mount Salem, and the enterprise is IPA Ads and Designs. Leo Rampasad will collect.
Yo, is it? Are you kidding me?
And now we stay in Mount Salem for a little bit and tell you when you go to Mount Salem, check out Bamboo Fever. Emilia McCallum. Now on to Salt Spring, and Cleopatra Cahoon will tell us a little bit by her action, by her bounce, not by words just yet. Clearville Designs and more. And she certainly looks the part, right? Yes. Still in Salt Spring, and still honoring the creativity and innovation of our entrepreneurs. This enterprise is Blush Photography and Media, and behind that is Chantal Spence. All right, well, let's go. Still in Salt Spring. And the Salt Spring Wholesale and Retail is Tashane Evans. Just 3 more in this category, and then the Honorable Minister will go to the top of the table, so hold tight for that, because that is something that you want to keep your eyes peeled for. 3 more in this category for creativity and innovation, still in Norwood. This is the boss, agricultural produce and exotic animals. And who's the boss? Desrond Gray. He's the boss. All right. And here now to enrich your imagination, enrich you, is Alicia Robb. She enriches, she doesn't rob. She adds value through her D's First Choice Ice Cream and Pastries. Alicia enriching her community and her own prospects. Finally in this category, again from Norwood, Sakira Blair returns this time, well, still for her special enterprise, Sakira's Designs, but of course this is for creativity and innovation. start with the second place winners and then the first place winners. Mr. Omar Sweeney, please do the honors of the second place recognitions. And then the Honorable Minister, just before he goes and attends to more business, will top our awards categories. Then we'll revert to the sectional prizes thereafter. So, second place winners. Award for entrepreneurship. Our first winner in the second place category from Denham Town, Lorna River Island Enterprise and Cash Boutique and Wholesale, Lorna Green. Thank you, Lorna. Time to get to Augustown and the Enterprise, Paula's Sheeting, powered by Pinsa Hofstad. All right, we get to anchovy and we ask you to raise a toast for Imogen Barr. Yes, Imogen Higgins. Thank you, Imogen. Once again, copying something special from Mount Salem, an enterprise called Bamboo River, headed by Amelia McCallum. Thank you, Amelia. Salt Spring, your time again. Second prize for entrepreneurship. That's the award category we have. And this one goes to Cleoville's Designs and More, headed by Cleopatra Cohoon. And coming to our last couple. This one is from Salt Spring, and here we recognize Steve Fresh Meat Shop, managed, powered, and grown by Othniel Morris. All right, and finally in the category we could very well call the silver medal. Yes? That sounds nicer than second place, no? Silver medalists. The seventh and final in this category, also from Norwood. Oh, well, the first one from Norwood for this category. And it's Dee's First Choice Ice Cream and Pastries, powered by Alicia Robb. Definitely a quality moving lady. Second place winners in the award for entrepreneurship. Thank you very much, Mr. Sweeney. Thank you very much, sir. And now we are on to the top of the top, the gold medalists, if you will, and we invite the Honorable Minister to do the honors here Minister, your time, sir, for our top prize winners, or gold medalists, if you will, in the category of entrepreneurship. And here we've got 10 individuals and enterprises being recognized. The first one is from Denham Town. JOJ Cleaning Service and Car Wash. Junior Johnson.
My name is Junior Johnson, and I am from the Denham Town community, and my business name is J Johnson Cleaning Service and Car Wash. So I am here in the community and I wash cars at this location. JSIF have helped me in providing a vacuum. I have a buffing machine, I have a power machine. So it have helped me in the way to develop my business to do it more efficient.
And I'm chilling right now. We're winning right now.
Next up, first place award for entrepreneurship goes to Garth Bowers, whose business is called Production Plan.
My name is Garth Fitzgerald Bowers, a.k.a. Silver. I've been fishing for 62 years, and I received a 40 HP Yama from JSIF, and it has changed my life significantly. It empowered me. It made me go and see more livelier, more dependable, and it also helped me when I can give it to people who need it the most.
All right, we keep on moving. First place award for entrepreneurship. Again, Patrick Brown of Greater Greenwich Town. Rocky's Internet Cafe and Gaming.
I'm Patrick Brown from Greenwich Town, and I operate the Internet Cafe in Greenwich Town. Rocky's Internet Cafe and Gaming. The business offers a lot, you know. We do printing, we do gaming, we do homework, we sell stationaries, headphones, you name it.
Again, first place award for entrepreneurship with a bag of food at him shop, Robert Simpson. Bag of food shop.
Hey, follow me now, see ya now. Hey, upset. See ya upset.
My name is Robert Tafarai Simpson. My business is Bagger One Stop. Right? Operating right in Gosemit Villa. Right? I got a fridge, a nice little deep freeze. I got a pot to boil soup, and I got a fryer. That's the way JSIF have done for me.
More stories of how the Mickle became the massive muckle and moving upward. Here's another first place awardee. This one for a business called Dragon's Eggs and Poultry, Diane Dragon Smith of Anchovy.
My name is Diane Dragon Smith. I do the business Dragon Eggs and Poultry. That's the name of my business. And what I got from JSIF grant is very important to my business because it helped me to maximize my time with the picking machine, and also the fridge helped me to put more chicken in the fridge so that I can make more money. At the moment, I am doing some improvement in my business, building another small cube to enhance my business, to make life more easier for me. So I want to say thanks to JSIF for everything that they have done for me. Thank you very much.
Once again, the star rises over Anchovy because another first place awardee in entrepreneurship resides there and has started to thrive there. Happy Valley Produce by Kimali Mackenzie.
Hi, my name is Kimali Mackenzie. I'm the proud owner of Happy Valley Produce, where we produce goat meat as well as eggs. The grant has helped me enormously. With the drought that we just came out of, if it wasn't for the grant, I would have lost most of my animals. The shaft cutter that we use was critical as it helped us in sharpening up the grass in order to ensure that we didn't waste as much of the grass, the limited resource that we call grass at the animals.
Also winning a first place award, entrepreneurship, don't forget, an enterprise called IPA Ads and Designs, and behind that is Leo Rampasad.
From Montego Bay, represent IPA Ads and Design. I have recently gotten a grant from JSIF. I got a complete system, a CPU, and it's been really grateful in the business, and it's been really tremendous with sales and products. I've been getting a lot of feedbacks.
Of course, you can add to that hashtag winnings, yes? Get the help and take it and deal with it, yes? And hashtag winnings. More winnings. From Salt Spring First Place Award Entrepreneurship, the business is called Salt Spring Wholesale and Retail. Joshane Evans.
Hi, my name is Toshane Evans. This is my business, Salt Spring Wholesale and Retail. What I received from JSIF were those white gondola shells, and it has really helped the business in terms of display and gaining more customers. Before we had wooden shells and we were serving over the counter, but now with the white gondola shells we're able to open up and have more customers. They can view more products and more sales.
Two more entrepreneurs already top at this stage and climbing higher and higher. Of course, we honor them at every stage. So right now, let's hear it for our penultimate first place awardee for entrepreneurship. The name of the business, The Boss, Agricultural Produce and Exotic Animals in Norwood, Desrond Gray.
Hey, upset her. See how upset her.
All right, so my name is Desron Gray. My business is The Boss, Agricultural Produce and Exotic Animals. So far, we got from the Jamaican Social Investment Fund, we got the refrigerator. That helped us with keeping the juice cool for the tourism business. And we also got the mist blower that we use to sanitize the place and also spray our farm.
You said the multitasking skills, right? Groom the bird, pet the bird, talk to you, move on, manage the business, their things. From Treadlight is where we get our final awardee, and this person is shining. The name of the business, Treadlight Farms. Terrence Anderson represented today by Miss Nakisha Blake.
That entrepreneurial grant, certainly it allowed us to expand an additional 30%. So that's 30% more revenues being
all right, that's about it for
that. It would have
our top place awardee.
Profits expanding and continuing in a sustainable manner.
Forget that shop into what we living right now, cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now, oh, we're winning right now. Our Thanksgiving right now, cause I'm winning.
here with us Ms. Yolande Rofender from Companies Office of Jamaica, because they're both related to, you know, managing and sorting the business, being on track. Award for business records. Three of them. Yes, thank you, thank you. That's teamwork, right? And we've got 3 awardees in this category, very important. Award for compliance with business regulations. Outstanding demonstration of compliance with rule of law, business registration, permits, licenses, all the boring things we don't want to do. But like going to the bathroom, we have to go, or else we're full of it. We need to go. So we need to sort what we need to sort to be compliant. Am I right? Crude but true. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like to think of it that way. And our 3. We've got 2 representatives from Salt Spring, 1 from Norwood. You know who they are? No? All right, well, let's tell you. We won't lay. First up, we've got Clearville Designs and More from Salt Spring, Cleopatra Cahoon. And now you'll understand why she entered the top ratings, because there's so many things. Yes, okay. One hand wash the other and sort it.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now.
Award number 2 of 3 for compliance with business regulations. From Salt Spring, Othniel Morris, Steve Fresh Meat Shop. Maybe you can take some advice, because, you know, those who stick with it can share with you how they stick with it. And whistle and ride, because they're doing well and still complying.
On Thanksgiving right now, cause we're winning right now, yeah.
Fantastic. 3rd and final, but still very much top of top. Again, from the West, Norwood. The business is the Boss Agricultural Produce and Exotic Animals, Desron Gray.
Put them in a medal in a trophy and belts. Every day you see me with them on our next film. Break records like we cracking eggshells. And every single ounce of effort we expel. It's all about progress, cause we have to
One more for you, Miss Yolande. And this one is Best Business Records. The one and only from Greater Greenwich Town, with a business called Rocky's Internet Cafe and Gaming, Patrick Brown.
say we're winning right now. If we get a trophy to what we living right now, cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. On Thanksgiving right now, cause we're winning right now, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Make sure you take the advice from her and her team so that you also can be winning. Whether you get out trophy or not, your business is winning if you're compliant. Trust me, trust me. From somebody who never did it right the first time, I know me learn. Don't go the bad way like me first. Go the right way first, and you'll be winning. Now, technology in business, a must. Some are better than others at this. And I'll have the pleasure of presenting to two great entrepreneurs. I'll name them both, then I'll step down and give them to you one at a time. How that sound? In this category, from Anchovy, Happy Valley Produce, Kimali Mackenzie, and from Mount Salem, with Hyper Ads and Designs, Leo Rampasad. Gentlemen, one at a time.
Oh, we're winning right now. On Thanksgiving right now, cause we're winning right now, yeah. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. watch on up. Hey, I'm a walking W. Learn from the else. Turn them in a medal in a trophy and belts. Every day you see we with the pan on next level. Break records like we cracking eggshells. And every single ounce of effort we expel. It's all about progress, cause we have to
All right, so award for community service. Very, very critical in all of this good stuff. And, oh, Mr. McAlpin is on his feet and ready to do the presentations. Yes, sir. He's making sure that we have more skills in that mutual respect and so on with the youth and the police. All right, here we go. First off, from Denham Town, with a car wash that you have to sit down and tell everybody about it, Junior Johnson, awarding outstanding service. Something that unfortunately is in short supply, so everybody who gets service awards, mark them face. Community service even more critical. Your whole community, bless them up.
Oh, we're winning right now. Our Thanksgiving right now, cause we're winning right now, yeah. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Also winning in Denham Town is an enterprise called Lorna River Island Enterprise and Cash Boutique and Wholesale, Denham Town for community service. Lorna herself, Lorna Green.
Now, if we get that trophy to what we living right now, cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now, oh, we're winning right now.
More winnings to D-Town, more winnings to Denham Town. Another award for community service goes to an enterprise called Erica S. Enterprise, run by Erica S. Erica Swaby.
Hey, watch on up. Hey, I'm aware. You know the time. I'm aware. Hey, watch on up. I'm on the sun.
Right, we could call it feeding and nurturing your roots, right? Because it's your own community. Your community prospers. Well, the root of your prosperity is nurtured. And here we're in Greenwich Town, the fishing beach. And among the fisher folk, make sure you get in touch with the production plan because you're going to be treated very well by Garth Bowers and team. By the way, I want your hairdresser and card. No, it wouldn't work with me probably.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now.
Bless up, Brother Garth. Enough respect. Also winning from Greater Greenwich Town, an enterprise called Rocky's Internet Cafe and Gaming, run by Patrick Brown.
Hey, watch on up. Hey, I'm a walking W. Learn from the else. Turn them in a medal in a trophy and belts. Every day you see we with the pan on next level. Break records like we cracking eggshells. And every single ounce of effort we expel. It's all about progress.
All right. Another special one for community service. Greater Greenwich Coach Grocery and Catering, run by Elfreda Lawrence.
Say we're winning right now. If we get shots and then offense if I'm swimming you know that there's no giving in no matter the circumstances we're living in, you hear me? I'm winning.
Thank you. Now from Greenwich Town Fishing Beach, Casalegna. Yes. Kathleen Angela Shaw Gonzalez.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. Our thanks are giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
All right, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Augustown, your time, and never forget the place for the bag of food. That shop created, run, and grown by Robert Simpson.
Right now, yeah. Say we're winning right now. Me forget that trophy to what me living right now. Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So fly to get here. One more for you. And this time we go back to anchovy. And you've heard this many times because excellence is a habit. Dragons, eggs, and poultry. Diane Dragon Smith.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. Our thanks are giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
Thank you, sir. 7 more in this category. And this time we call forth Mr. Sweeney's unofficial boss. Well, it's him says so. So I take the big man word for it. Mona Suho, the senior manager, the responsibility for social development. Now the energy between Mrs. Suho and everybody at the community level is something to behold. If you haven't seen her in action with our team, you need to take a ride out at some point. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? You're on the ground, tell me it's true or it's lie. Yes, man. Beauty to behold. And now we welcome from Mount Salem a business called Bamboo Fever, and behind the Bamboo Fever is Emilia McCallum. Going to get a rep to do it for her? Yes, okay. That's how colleagues do it. She's here, all right, okay. It's like a movie, just bust through the door at the right time, you know? Congratulations. Time to stay in Mount Salem. And this enterprise is called Dreams Creation. Patrice Spence Niche, an award for community service. Walk 2 times, you must get boss. Yes. Not in vain. Oh, lovely. Good stuff, good stuff. Salt Spring, there's something about Salt Spring. Don't salt at all. It's more the spring than the salt today because we've got a spring of good winners from Salt Spring. The community of Salt Spring benefiting from their entrepreneurs in a good way. This enterprise, Cleoville's Designs and More, Cleopatra Cohoon. Oh, Salt Spring, win, 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 win. Another win for Salt Spring. Blush Photography and Media, Chantal Spence. Hashtag win. Hashtag Salt Spring, win, win. All right, thank you, Chantal. Another winner from Salt Spring, and he's in charge at Steve Fresh Meat Shop, Osneil Morris. And again, the category, community service, critical. Investing in where you come from, where you stay, where you make your change, where you grow, your own community. Two more in this category, and yes, you get it, one more from Salt Spring, yes. And this one goes to the person behind Salt Spring Wholesale and Retail, to Shane Evans. Great service going down. There's something about Salt Spring, something about Salt Spring. So much winnings for the community service. Yes, man. You love the community loves you. That's how it works. And together, Monio, both sides. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And to cap it all, we get to Norwood. And you'll know who it is when I tell you the name of the business. Peterkin's Creations, Errol Peterkin.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm cheering right now. Oh, we're winning right now.
Terrence and this.
I thanks for giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
Terrence.
Yes, Terrence and this. Yes, I have to tread lightly before I go on to the next one because there's one from Treadlight. Terrence, come forward because we must honor you from Treadlight in Clarendon right after this. Congratulations.
Say we're winning right now. We forget that trophy to what we living right now. Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm shooting right now. Oh, we're winning right now. I thanks for giving right now, God.
Well done. Congratulations. And now a category for employment creation. And here we invite our amazing business development consultant, a gem in name and nature, Opal White. We love Opal, don't we? Talk to me. Amazing skills being passed on in a way that's accessible and applicable. First in this category, from Greenwich Town, Greater Greenwich Town, Coach, Grocery and Catering, Elfrida Lawrence. My goodness, so much being done by this amazing Jamaican based in Greenwich Town, Greater Greenwich Town. So much we can learn from you today. Madam Elfrida, so much. How to keep going and how to excel. Great stuff. It's sort of the fashion business. You couldn't recruit her as a model, you know, because, I mean, hello. Well put together and obviously doing amazing things at the community level and with her business.
Oh, we're winning right now. I thanks for giving right now, God. I said we're winning.
Food, anchovy, Robert Simpson for the role of his enterprise in creating local jobs. Very important. Spreading the love and spreading the funds and spreading the growth. Bugger things.
And I'm shooting right now. Oh, we're winning right now.
That's August Town. I transplant him, did I? The memory not what it used to be. I should have known by now because I've known that ends well. Give our love and blessings to Augustown. You know, it's one of my favorite places, right? Always. Historic Augustown. Beautiful stuff. Now we go to Anchovy and Happy Valley Produce. Creative jobs under the direction of Kimali Mackenzie.
Right now, open to what we living right now, cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now, oh, we're winning right now. I thanks for giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
Opal proving again that disruption is a big part of being a good entrepreneur. You remember the class? Yes, he wouldn't rest, he asked the toughest questions, bare things. An entrepreneur by nature is a disruptor, right? Yes, yes. The man is disrupting for excellence though, and so are all our other honorees. This one from Salt Spring with a business called Steve Fresh Meat Shop. Osneil Morris.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. I thanks for giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
And one more. This time from Norwood. And the name of the business, can anybody tell me? The Boss Agricultural Produce and Exotic Animals. Desron Gray. Creation of local jobs.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now.
Very much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And now we've got a special award, well, it's a set of awards for resilience. Resilience. You know, like, what a hard man for dead, what a hard woman for dead. Resilience. You bounce right back. You lick them down, you pick them up, then bounce right back. Resilience. Resilience. All right. We're going to split the work this time. Again, we invite Tony Ann Fowler to come forward and present our first two. Right here. And our first winnings from Denhamtown, a business called C&A Auto Care. Karen Lee.
Oh, we're winning right now. I thanks for giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
Can't joke with this one, you know, resilience is the thing. And the second one you have to present first, Miss Tony Ann, is to Augustown. And after my bag of mistakes, I make one correction. Augustown, Robert Simpson, bag of food shop. Augustown it is. Resilient. Resilient business. Hanging in there. If I buy the fingernail, we're dead upon with teeth. We're in there. Not dead.
What's up, we're winning right now?
Garnet Church, Brother Tucker. It's your time to... Another toast. Cheers to Imogene Barr and Imogene Higgins.
Say we're winning right now. If we get that trophy to what we living right now. Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. I thanks for giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
Don't leave yet, sir. We have one more for you. Because before we leave, we've asked you to leave. Before we get you leave, this one from Mount Salem, you have to catch like a bamboo fever. And then you can go. When you catch the bamboo fever, good thing, you can go. Emilia McCallum. COVID is so 2019. 2023 is bamboo fever. Good stuff. Thank you, sir. And now Ms. Dawn Allison is going to do the 3 for us that we've got left. So come forward. She don't know her first name. From dusk till dawn and back to dusk. She dip on it. Dusk till dawn. Well, we had to give her something else on top of it. You say, find a busy person to get something done. We'll see it here now. Award for Resilience is what we're on. From Salt Spring, the amazing Empress Cleopatra. Cleopatra Cahoon with her Clearville design and more. She's not just a queen, she's resilient. Not dead. Now give up. Step on it. Power teeth. Power fingernail. We did it. Now gone away. But up. Hashtag winning. Congratulations, Cleopatra. Yes, queenly in name and achievements. Now, Salt Spring, your time again. Steve, Fresh Meat Shop, Othniel, Morris. Winning for resilience. Not giving up. Second wind. All those things. Moving on up.
Oh, we're winning right now. Our thanks are giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
And finally, in this category, Award for Resilience, we land in Norwood. And if you want to look at ice cream or look at pastry and so, the first choice is D's first choice. What me say? Alicia Robb.
Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. Our thanks are giving right now, God. I said we're winning right now.
Very, very serious, special, wonderful award, because part of being an entrepreneur is leaving a legacy for your community, a legacy for your children, and your name continues to live on. And you know what they say, anybody who steal your purse steal trash, but if them try to thief your name or worries, just the legal fees alone to prove your innocence or restore your honor is just so expensive. So a good name is something that really doesn't die. Here's a question. By a show of hands, how many of you in here have so far supported at least one other enterprise from your cohort? Nice. Yes. Don't feel no way if you haven't done it yet. Maybe the need hasn't yet arisen, right? You don't buy things just because you have to buy it. You buy it because of a need, right? Or a desire. But it's a great, great show of hands to see that we are understanding that supporting each other is part of that growth. One hand. All the one hand do is to swat fly or slap people, but we get this when we support each other. For each other. Yes, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. One hand can clap. Good stuff. Great stuff. And I think we can get to our next awardee. All right. The envelope, please. A Grammy, right? I think you got that info for me. And this one is a posthumous award, meaning not here physically, but the evidence of their work is for all to see. And it's for Delano Christie, the business D's First Choice Ice Cream and Pastries. Mrs. Suho will say a few words about the importance of this award.
Good afternoon, everyone. We spoke, it has been such a great occasion. And I spoke earlier about tragedy and triumph. Delano was an outstanding awardee. And unfortunately, in November, while sitting outside his newly established business place, unfortunately, he was sitting beside someone who he should be sitting beside. And so he was shot, and he died in November. When he was shot, he was holding his 9-month-old daughter, who died a week later. Despite everything, his partner decided that she will continue with the business, she will continue with her expansion, and she would ensure that his legacy live on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stand for this one. Come forward, please, to accept the award for Delano. We wish that he was here, but we know that he's here in spirit.
As a little youth used to hang up on the corner. Me and the one of my friend them we up on some. Although enough of we never grew up with no father, still we have to try the best to make it cross the border. But some boy show them big like Hulk Hogan. Come and chat, tell them we know this is slogan. We prefer that before we take program. We no grow wrong, no, we no grow wrong. This is for our fallen soldiers. We miss you. I know you can, we with you. Camp on the battlefield. Life is so real. This is for my fallen soldiers. We miss you. I know you can, we with you. Camp on the battlefield. Life is so real. Yeah, I'm not
At the very beginning, we talked about the fact that yes, business is about making money, but it's about people more than anything else. Because an adopt spend money, it's human beings, and that was just such. I don't know. I think we all kind of had a moment there, unless the milk of human kindness has gone out of your system. It was, apart from the clear sadness and regret, is that resilience we're talking about. Where I'm sure his family is going to like, you see, like, listen now. It's like nothing is going to stop us. Am I right? Nothing. With his memory, that's going to make you so resilient and to do even more than you can even imagine. It's still too fresh to imagine it, but the determination takes you to that place. just by one foot in front of the other day by day, and that could be any one of us. It's the kind of world we live in. And even more crucial is that one of the best legacies you could ever leave for whoever survives you is a going concern, a business. It's something to do, it's something through which you can give, and something through which you can take care of those who are to come. And that's a legacy of business that people very often don't spend a lot of time on. I know Opal raised that in her training, reminding us how crucial that is. And now we understand it even more. So there's a celebration of life, although tinged with sadness, but it's a celebration of a life very well lived. Can we applaud that, please? That's what we can do, we who are still living. Recognize and salute a life well lived. And now a little celebration. We ask our top 10 winners to come forward because we're going to have a cake cutting. What's any celebration among family without a little, like a something. Cut a little something and share it up and, press the flesh, give a hug of congratulations, of comfort, or whatever. So we're going to bring the cake forward, or will it be done towards the back? It will come up. All right, great. So that's what we're going to have now. And our top 10, the winners of the Entrepreneurship Top Awards, come forward, please, because we need you to huddle around the cake. Who are our top winners? In the Johnson, Garth Bowers, Patrick Brown, Robert Simpson, Diane Dragon Smith, Kimali McKenzie, Leo Rampasad, Tushane Evans, Desrond Gray, and Terrence Anderson. So we're going to create a nice little tableau, a nice little, family album kind of picture, along with the cake. And cluster around, just like a family picture when everybody come from either country and town or foreign, but you want to get a picture with everybody? Same so, just like that. You've worked long and hard, and you can taste a little piece of the fruits of your labor. Just a little figurative taste of success. With our love and congratulations for hard, sustained work.
On my side, I'm a winner. Got to believe in it. You know that I'm a winner. Got to depend on this. You know that I'm a winner.
Another shot. Then we have Tushane. We want you on standby for the vote of thanks. You hear? Just another couple cut.
Everybody, let me hear you say yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm a winner. Got to believe in it. You know that I'm a winner. Got to depend on this. You know that I'm a winner. Travel like a fire. So believe it, 'cause I've done it many times. Born in the ghetto, got to be wise. Can't wait till tomorrow to win my prize. Won't stay in the gutter, and nobody can stop me 'cause my God is on my side. I'm a winner, got to believe in it. You know that I'm a winner. Got to depend on it. You know that I'm a winner. You know that I'm a winner. Got to believe in it.
Bigness, come forward, or else more they're gonna make a joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant afternoon to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this lovely event to all the dignitaries assembled here. First of all, we must give thanks to the Creator. We are all alive and assume well, so thank you. To our keynote address speaker, he's gone, but the Senator, the Honorable Albin Hill, we thank him for taking time from his busy schedule to honor us today with his inspirational thoughts and words of encouragement. It was greatly appreciated by all. You look like all of me persons them gone, but Managing Director of JSIF, Mr. Omar Sweeney, and I must say the most committed, hardworking, and dedicated team. A big thank you goes out to you all. Lots of familiar faces. Thank you. We really, really, really appreciate it. One of the main reasons is because it's not often that members from communities like ours, we all know how our communities are labeled. It's not often that we are recognized, we are honored, or even highlighted unless it's something negative. So thank you, JSIF, for really. We thank you so much for really believing, and not only believing, but taking a step further to investing in us. It gives us the push to further invest in ourselves. So again, to everybody at JSIF, I can't list out names because I probably get into trouble afterwards. So everybody at JSIF, I mean like every single body at JSIF, thank you. Especially Miss Mona Suhu. We really thank you for dedicating your hours to ensure the successful outcome of this project, not once, but twice. So, you know it goes good, because anything goes good happens twice or more. So, Miss Mona, thank you very, very much. To our MC, Mr. Gerald McDonald, we just realized, you're Jerry D. I know you're Jerry D.
Jerry D is half my height and twice my ego.
Oh, wee! Oh, all right. I guess I was misinformed. But to our MC, thank you for chairing this program today. Thank you for informing us, for entertaining us, and for also being the lead today. Thank you very much. Thank you to members of the media for coming out today. As I said again, we really appreciate it because we're not always highlighted in such a manner. And I'm sure that all the recipients here, everybody here, we feel some type of way. We probably don't have a word to say, but I'm sure we feel some type of way. My fellow friend from South Spring, Mr. Morrison, feel like a celebrity today. Yeah. So normally, in the community, I could call him Steve. Today I have to be calling him Mr. Morris, because that's how him feel today. So I have to say Mr. Morris. So him feel some type of way. To my fellow recipients and all other guests that are here, thank you very much for taking your time to be here. Because even though you're being honored, you still didn't have to come. But the fact that you came, like myself, thank you for coming. Some persons are absent for unforeseen reasons, where we thank them also for being a part of the program and everything. The thing is, growing up in Salt Spring, we have always had different kind of groups come in the community, projects starting, promises being made, and stuff like that. But meeting JSIF and working with JSIF now, it has basically restored hope and pride in the community. For example, if you even walk by the South Spring Primary School, it's like we turn first class, you know. I'm not lying you. So JSIF, thank you. I mean, every project that JSIF have started in the community is completed. Every promise that JSIF made that's going to be done was fulfilled. I mean, like we are used to, I don't know about the other communities, but South Spring, we used to promises to till. Pure promises, but JSIF has really gone to the end. They have I mean, they have lived up to every expectation and also exceeded what we were expecting, basically. So JSIF, thank you so much. Miss Opal, thank you. I know we weren't always in a training, I'm going to say I know. I wonder where we did, whether one day where everybody did, you call like, you message me like Toshane, where is who, Toshane, where is whatever, but I know it's because you had genuine interest in us and the information that you passed on. I can speak for myself, but it has really been helpful because we're able to use it to apply in the business, creating a business plan, financial education, basics, all of those. So thank you so very much. And again, I must say again, JSIF, overall, just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we hope you have the will and everything to do it for others as well. And you can be rest assured that we here, we will be the mark. So we will go out in our communities and we will let them know. We know we are going to show off with award them, so them all done see that already. So thank you all and safe journeys home to everybody traveling.
My goodness, there's another award-winning performance. You can teach people how to do water tanks. How many times you have water tanks and you're just like, oh God, will you stop? You just go on. My girl, I lick Pier 6. Go teach the West Indies. I'm just saying, brilliant, 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 amazing, good stuff. So we see leadership emerging, so we know that the business will continue because you need that leadership. And just to tell you that the prizes, the awards, all of that, what you will be, again, promises delivered, will be delivered. So whatever else is outstanding will definitely make its way to you, courtesy of JSIF. And on behalf of all the participants and everybody who has co-created this wonderful experience, yes, Miss Dawn? Madam Company's office. We have little tokens here for you. Who should we call first? Major. Good. And Mrs. Suho will do the honors of handing on behalf of the JSIF team. With great appreciation for your value added. Your time. For this. How could I forget your name? Ms. Rofender. We've had such good conversations. Congrats. And she's a jolly good facilitator indeed. All right. And I think that puts a cap on the official speaker spoken parts. We will meld with each other. We'll continue to have fellowship as time permits, but thank you, every single one of you, for adding value and enhancing this experience from which the entire country. And when we start to export more, the world, don't forget that challenge from the minister, the export.